iPhone XS Max hands-on review bigger and more expensive than ever. But does that necessarily mean it's better? Apple just announced its biggest ever phone. No bigger than the current iPhone 8 Plus, except that the new handset is all screen on the front, meaning that the 5.5 inches display of the 8 Plus is replaced with one a whole inch bigger, 6.5 inches design screen-wide dream. This phone is a clear extension of the iPhone X style. It looks like an iPhone X which has been gently inflated with a bicycle pump. The same shiny stainless steel edge, glass back and that now familiar notch on the display, where the true depth camera unit sits. In fact, the easiest way to tell whether you're looking at an iPhone XS or its larger XS Max sibling, if you can't tell the scale, is to look at the notch which, because it's the same size as on the iPhone XS, looks smaller here because it's proportionally a smaller part of the display. Despite this, Apple has not taken advantage of the extra space around the notch to, for instance, restore the percentage indicator to the battery icon. For many, the iPhone X and its new replacement, the iPhone XS, will be the perfect size, a balance between a smaller phone and a bigger screen. But others will want something a little bigger, and the XS Max doesn't disappoint. It is manageable in the hand, and it offers the same tactile smoothness found on the iPhone X. There's another way it stands out from the previous iPhone X. It's available in an extra color. As well as silver and space gray, the iPhone XS Max comes in a fetching gold finish, not only for the glass on the back of the phone, but the stainless steel edge too. So, the antenna band is color matched, it's not just plain silver, and it looks terrific, especially in the gold version. Display and sound, ready for action like the smaller iPhone XS, the XS Max has the highest resolution display for an iPhone, 458 pixels per inch. You don't lose pixel density by going for the larger screen, unlike with some other phones. Apple says it's a new improved version of what's on last year's iPhone X. Cameras, bokeh of the year. Probably the biggest reaction at the keynote was to the new portrait mode feature, which allows you to adjust the level of bokeh effect after you've shot an image. This is more than a simple adjustment of more or less blur on the background. Instead, machine learning contributes to what the image is, what the light sources are, and how they would behave if they were out of focus. The result is subtle and effective, with extraordinary levels of realism. It's simply done by adjusting a slider left or right, which will appear on the bottom of the screen when you hit edit. The resulting pictures are worth getting excited over. The new rear camera has larger pixels on the wide-angle camera sensor, which should also make for better photographs, though we'll have to wait to put the phone through its paces to know for sure. Performance, muscle memory. Although it's hard to tell much from a brief moment of use, the phone was incredibly nippy and responsive, from apps springing open instantaneously to intensive video games playing with nary a stutter, no matter how complex the visuals of what was going on screen. Similarly, the biggest battery ever on an iPhone, Apple says it'll last 1.5 hours longer than the iPhone 8 Plus, huge storage capacity of up to 512 GB, and the powerful processor on board should all contribute to a high-performance device, as you might say, so it should at this price. It can do all this logging without slowing down the phone down due to the tech in the all-new Bionic A12 chip.